Toronto and Peel.
I can't stress this enough on how difficult, how painful it was to make this decision.
The province rolling back restrictions in COVID-19 hotspots as it reports more than 900 new infections in a single day. Plus,
over the last couple of months, this has been a real sanctuary for me.
For gyms and recreation centers, restaurants and bars, the renewed restrictions are a big blow just as they were getting back into the swing of things. And
we're thankful, I think, for our family and our health and just having nice days to spend together.
Despite it being a very different Thanksgiving this year, many are still feeling thankful. We hit the streets to ask, what are you giving thanks for? Good evening, I'm Kelda Yoon. Well, Ontario is reimposing restrictions in 3 COVID-19 hotspots 1 hour from now. This after the province reported a record 939 new infections today. Toronto, Peel and Ottawa will all see the return of modified Stage 2 restrictions beginning at midnight as the Ford government tries to get a handle on the rapidly rising numbers. Mike Crawley has more.
Even before arriving at Queen's Park, Premier Doug Ford had been told what was coming.
Didn't sleep a wink last night.
The bad news that kept Ford up? More than 900 new cases of COVID-19 in Ontario, shattering the previous single-day record set just yesterday. At an emergency meeting, Ford's cabinet considers tighter restrictions on the province's hotspots. The result? Toronto, Peel Region and Ottawa go back to a version of Stage 2.
How difficult, how painful it was to make this decision.
For the next 4 weeks in these hotspots, no indoor drinking or dining at bars, nightclubs and restaurants. Cinemas, casinos and conference venues are closed. Gyms and fitness centers are shut down. Doctors, nurses, hospital officials and public health experts have been calling for such measures for the past 2 weeks, even before this.
Today's numbers, they're deeply concerning. Ontario is now in the second wave of COVID-19.
That was September 28th. This was just on Tuesday.
Opposite. We're flattening the curve. We're putting the protocols in.
Today, Ford was asked, why did he wait?
It was the single toughest decision I've made since I've taken office, bar none.
Modeling provided to Ford last month put Ontario on track for 1,000 new cases a day by mid-October. Yet today's number seems to have caught him by surprise.
I remember it was a few days ago, there was 500 cases. We thought, okay, can we make it through? And all of a sudden the spike jumped up to over 900.
The new measures in the hotspots include caps of no more than 10 people indoors or 25 outdoors at any social gathering, real estate open house, or wedding reception. Those caps don't apply to schools, colleges, universities, or places of worship. The restrictions take effect at midnight.
We need to act now to keep our schools open, to protect our seniors and our loved ones in long-term care, and to avoid the need for stricter measures in the future.
And if we don't act now, we're going to be in much worse shape in a week down the road or 2 weeks down the road by closing things down.
Ontario's Chief Medical Officer of Health is also asking everyone in the province to consider leaving home only for essential trips, like going to work, school, getting groceries, or a doctor's appointment. Mike Crawley, CBC News, Toronto.
To help businesses affected by the restrictions, the Ford government is providing $300 million to cover things like property taxes and hydro and gas bills. The feds are also offering support to help with rent or mortgage payments.
The new program will cover up to 65% of rent or mortgage interest payments for the hardest hit businesses with a revenue decline of 70% or more. For businesses that have experienced a decline of revenue of less than 70%, there will be a gradually decreasing level of support in line with the decline in their revenues.
The money will be made available directly to businesses that are tenants or mortgage holders. The last rent subsidy went straight to landlords. The program will be administered by the Canadian Revenue Agency. The renewed restrictions are, of course, a big setback for restaurants and bars. Our Greg Ross spent the day gathering reaction. He spoke to one owner who was just getting back on her feet after the first wave.
This is going to be the main diner. Anita Mancuso took out a lease on the space next door to her restaurant, Sotto Voce, so she would have more room inside to keep her customers physically distanced.
It's my only hope to have enough space to get through winter.
She won't be able to use that space, at least for the next 28 days, after the province rolled back its COVID-19 restrictions, once again prohibiting restaurants and bars from serving customers indoors. This despite the extra steps Mancuso has taken to keep her customers safe.
Plexiglass barriers, hand-free, everything. Lots of disinfectants. We clean. We try and provide the safest environment possible.
This is not dangerous.
Steve Lachelle says he's also gone to great lengths to make his downtown gym, Cardio Go, safe.
Really busting our butts to make sure that everything is as clean as it needs to be, with PPE where it needs to be, where contact tracing's in where it needs to be, and that we're doing everything right. And we're doing right for the safety of our community and for our members and everything else.
Lachelle says he was just starting to recover from the first lockdown when the news hit today.
We've been swimming upstream for 2 months. We finally feel, I'll tell you, the first good day where I actually had some new members come in and sign up, the first day was last Wednesday. This week actually felt like we were finally getting somewhere.
Now Lachelle and Mancuso say they're going to have to lay off staff for just the second time in 6 months. And it's not just gyms, bars and restaurants who are going to feel the effects.
The linen supplier is down 75%, during this period. The fishmonger is down. The butcher is down. We support all the little local suppliers.
Both Mancuso and Lachelle say they hope to take advantage of rent subsidies offered by the federal government as they fight to keep their businesses alive.
I just want to last the winter and pray for spring to come back so we can start on patios again.
Cardio Go has 3 locations in the city. If we come out of this with 3 locations, that's beating the odds.
They both say they're going to fight tooth and nail to keep their businesses alive, but they're both also hoping that the provincial government will reconsider its decision in the coming weeks and allow them to reopen their businesses, even if that means having to do so under much tougher restrictions. Greg Ross, CBC News, Toronto.
With gyms ordered to close and recreation programs canceled, there are also concerns about what these restrictions will mean for people's mental well-being. Dahlia Ashry has more on that.
For some, the gym might be about pumping iron. For others, it's more than that. It's their sanctuary. Graham Isidore lives alone, and he says the gym has been crucial for his mental health.
Not only to blow off some steam and kind of be able to get your head straight to start off your day, but it's one of the only places I see people right now. So to lose that just feels really difficult.
This gym reopened its doors in August. Jeff Gervitz says more members signed up, but he's only been allowing 8 inside at a time. He's worried what closing up again could mean for the well-being of his members.
People are really kind of recognizing a need, I think, not just for fitness in a conventional sense of, okay, I'm trying to lose weight or have a certain aesthetic, but just in the impact on mental wellness and all the myriad benefits that come with doing this type of stuff.
A mental health expert says there has been up to an 80% rise in mental health crises, such as suicide and substance abuse, since 2019.
COVID-19 is a very serious disease. It can kill us, but depression is a serious disease and it can kill us. And substance use is a serious disease and it can kill us.
The city says it understands this Thanksgiving and the upcoming winter will be hard for many.
That isn't an easy ask of people who live alone. And I am sorry that I have to ask it. But if at all possible, connect virtually rather than in person.
So as we speak, we're working on winter activities that we can, perhaps supplement our other programs with that are allowed to keep going.
Graham says he feels safer going to this gym than the grocery store and worries about losing that.
Having a place to go, knowing what you're doing for an hour, and having a routine when everything else has been so up in the air has been really crucial to me. So I'm honestly pretty worried about losing that.
Kavanaugh is encouraging people to stay active, but do it safely.
You can run outside. I see people working out in parks, in groups, socially distanced. Like, I think that's really great. Some gyms are offering online classes, but when those habits get disrupted, it's really important for us not to go to the other extreme and just not do anything at all.
Dahlia Ashry, CBC News, Toronto.
There's no doubt that Thanksgiving is going to be a little different this year, but there's still lots to be thankful for.
My 88-year-old mom and dad, who are both in great health.
All the parks in Toronto and all the green spaces.
We're thankful for this day. We got married today.
I'm Ali Chiasson, and I'll have that feel-good story coming up. You're going to thank me.
Turning to some other news happening in our city today, Toronto police are asking for the public's help in locating a teenage boy wanted in connection with 2 shootings that injured 5 people. This is who they're looking for, 17-year-old Jeray Dixon. Since he's a minor, police had to obtain judicial authorization to identify him. The shootings happened back on August 19th, the first in the area of Mount Olive Drive and Kipling Avenue in Etobicoke. 2 victims were shot inside a townhouse complex, and a short time later, 3 men were shot outside a residence near Shoreham Drive and Jane Street. Dixon is also suspected of being involved in a series of shootings 2 weeks ago. Police are appealing for anyone with information to come forward. They also warn Dixon is believed to be armed and dangerous. And police are asking for help identifying a suspect after a senior was attacked on a TTC bus. It happened just after noon on Thursday, September 17th. Police say the suspect arrived at the Runnymede subway station, boarded a bus, and assaulted a man in his 80s. The man suffered non-life-threatening injuries. The suspect then fled on foot. Police are asking anyone who may recognize this man to contact them. City officials were on hand today for the launch of Toronto's first rapid bus lanes. The red lanes along Morningside will be for buses and bikes only, starting Sunday. These lanes are the first part of a new rapid transit network across the city, helping to speed up commutes along busy corridors. Eglinton East is the first of 6 areas to see the project in action, with 2 kilometers of red lanes opening. The whole corridor will eventually span more than 8 kilometers. It will be fully complete by the end of November. Well, friends of a 77-year-old Toronto man say he's being forced into an eviction. The man suffered a heart attack last month, making his 3rd-floor unit inaccessible to him. His friends want him transferred to a ground-floor unit in the same apartment building. But as Chris Glover reports, the landlord says he'll have to pay more for it.
Cockroaches climb the walls of George Morrison's dilapidated Parkdale apartment while the 77-year-old recovers in hospital following a heart attack.
The ceiling had collapsed over his bed where he sleeps. Just like the whole place is in like an insane state of disrepair.
As bad as all this is, his doctors say he can no longer climb the stairs to this 3rd-floor unit, and the building doesn't have an elevator.
We don't think George should be punished because he has a disability.
His fellow tenants are now banding together. They want him transferred to a vacant ground floor unit at his same rent, $1,000 a month. So far, the landlord has denied that.
I mean, it's really upsetting, right? Like, as we know, COVID cases are rising again. And I think by denying this request, like, they're basically, evicting George. It's an eviction by another name.
Morrison's rent is $1,000 because of rent controls. Since he's lived here for more than 40 years. The landlord says market rent for the ground floor unit is $1,650, but they've agreed to drop it to $1,250. Not low enough, says a Parkdale legal clinic.
This is a multi-million-dollar corporation, and the tenant, Mr. Morrison, is a pensioner on a fixed income. The landlord has the chance to do what is reasonable and what is decent.
They certainly sympathize with Mr. Morrison's situation, but I don't think it's reasonable to place the entire financial burden of Mr. Morrison's new situation on the building.
The lawyer for the landlord also disputes being aware of the condition of Morrison's unit. CBC Toronto has seen maintenance requests from January when this hole in the shower ceiling was apparently just a leak. But the landlord disputes receiving any repair requests prior to Morrison's hospitalization.
It does not make a difference what condition his current unit is. It could be the Ritz Hotel, and it doesn't matter. He can't climb up the stairs. The building does not have an elevator.
These are not like minor things, right? This is not like, like the dried caulking in my bathroom. Like this is like serious stuff that they should have been on top of immediately. And the fact that they didn't do anything about it is seriously negligent.
She says they will continue to fight for what they believe is fair for their elderly neighbor. Chris Glover, CBC News, Toronto.
The province's highways are expected to be busy this long weekend, and that's prompting police to ask motorists to take it easy out there.
Time. Give yourself a little bit of space. We want you to drive in a way that is selfless, that is, consider other people. Make room for somebody to merge. That makes it safer for everybody, right? There's less angry driving, there's less aggressive driving when everybody just takes a breath, leave a little bit of extra space, and work together to get where you have to go.
The OPP launching Operation Impact today. As usual, police will be watching for the dangerous habits that are behind many of the deaths on our highways, such as speeding, aggressive and distracted driving, impaired driving, and not wearing a seatbelt. So far this year, provincial police are reporting 224 deaths from motor vehicle crashes. Officers have also seen a jump of nearly 30% in excessive speeding. Well, fall colors are a welcome sight for many of us trying not to think about what is just around the corner. This is drone video of the Don Valley from earlier today, arguably the best place in the city to catch the leaves changing ahead of winter. So will the weather cooperate this weekend for a nice fall stroll?
Summer-like temperatures tomorrow, but things are cooling down toward the end of the long weekend. Your full forecast after the break.
a lovely night with mainly clear skies and warmer than it's been the last few days. Nick Cernkovich joins us now with a look at your long weekend forecast. And Nick, really hoping these warmer temperatures stick around at least for a little bit.
Well, a little taste of summer, Kelda, as we head into tomorrow. Temperatures feeling very summer-like in the mid-20s, but it won't last very long as we see some showers moving through. It is going to drop temperatures as we head toward the rest of the long weekend. Here's a look at your weather headlines. Summer-like temperatures, as I mentioned, heading into tomorrow. There is the risk for a few isolated thunderstorms through the afternoon. We'll get to that in your forecast. And then a bit of a shower risk as we head through Thanksgiving Monday. And that's associated with Hurricane Delta making landfall today down in Louisiana. So we're going to come to that in the long range. For now, though, here's a look at your daytime highs up to about 17 degrees in the city of Toronto, as high as 23 degrees down in the Windsor area, and this all in advance of that warm weather, and it is continuing to push eastward as we move through tonight. So overnight temperatures tonight remaining pretty mild, generally under clear skies, and as we head through tomorrow morning, look for some increasing cloud cover. So partly cloudy skies for tomorrow morning, but then very quickly it clouds over. And what we're watching is a cold front to drive down across the region here. So closer to about 2 to 4 p.m. tomorrow. Expect that front to move through the GTA and actually most of southern Ontario. As it does, it's going to trigger off some showers and likely some isolated thunderstorms as well. As we head into the evening, though, sky cover starts to clear out, but cooler weather is moving in behind this system, and that's the story as we head through Sunday and into Monday as well. So we'll take a look at that in just a second here. As we look at your forecast for tonight, very mild night again. Temperatures 17 degrees, 16 degrees across southwestern Ontario. Mainly clear skies again tomorrow. Look for that risk of showers up to 27 degrees tomorrow in the Windsor area. Humidex values, though, pushing about the 30 mark. This is not an all-day washout event, but like I said, through the afternoon as the front moves through, that's when we're expecting to see showers and likely an isolated thunderstorm as well. Similar weather for the Golden Horseshoe. Temperatures around 15 degrees as we head through tonight. Partly cloudy skies to mainly clear skies. Tomorrow, again, some hints of sunshine through the morning, but as we head into the afternoon, we've got increasing cloud cover along this front. Showers, the risk of a thunderstorm as well. Likely more around that 2 to 4 p.m. mark for tomorrow. Then it clears out as we head toward the evening hours tomorrow. And well above seasonal. The seasonal temperatures for this time of year, about 15, 16 degrees. So we're up to 24 tomorrow. So we head into Sunday, mainly sunny skies, but only 12. And then on Monday, we've got some showers. Now, this is going to be on the backside of Hurricane Delta as it pushes off to the east of us. We'll see a few light showers, then more in the way of rain Monday into Tuesday starts to clear out, but cooler temperatures on the way once again as we head toward middle of next week. Kelda.
All right, thanks so much, Nick.
The weather is brought to you by Trane, the most reliable heating and cooling brand. We test, so it runs. It's hard to stop a train.
While this Thanksgiving will certainly be very different, some are still finding things to be thankful for. Ali Chiason hit the streets to ask, what are you giving thanks for this year?
What are you thankful for?
Well, we're thankful, I think, for our family and our health and just having nice days to spend together and be out.
How's Thanksgiving going to be different for you this year?
It'll be quiet.
Thanksgiving's going to be different this year. Friendsgivings, too.
We met at Queen's University in Kingston back in 1982. Yeah, so friends for 38 years. Good friends.
How do you feel about it being different?
We're okay. I mean, I come from BC and we've done really well. They keep saying we've done really well.
I'm not okay with it. I want the big family and turkey and everybody together and no masks and hugging and...
I know, me too.
Yeah.
Some are just rolling with it.
Take what's good and then you work with it, right?
Others could use a hug.
What are you thankful for?
Oh man, I'm thankful for my best friend. He came to visit me today. I really needed some cheering up, so.
What are you thankful for, Mayor?
I'm thankful that we can have hope. Because of where we live, we can have hope that we'll get through all of this and brighter days lie ahead.
On that note...
So, congratulations!
Thank you. Thank you very much.
What are you thankful for, beautiful bride?
Today must be my husband, yes.
You're a nice husband, right?
Yes. We're from China, not here, and our parents not here today because of the COVID-19 and like special time. But we got each other, and my friends are here. So, yes, that's enough.
My hopeless romantic self is thankful for meeting two newlywed couples today.
I think this is probably the best Thanksgiving ever for you guys.
It is.
It is. It's like the day that I'm waiting for. Now it actually happened. Now I'm with her, marrying the love of my life.
From new beginnings to new perspective.
I think we've learned that we take a lot of things for granted, and this year has really like tested us all.
And new traditions.
I moved from Pakistan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So how long have you been here?
6 years now. We moved to this beautiful country, and this is the first time I'm here seeing the famous Toronto sign. I'm very excited, very thankful, and very happy to be in Canada.
There's always something to be thankful for. Ali Chiason, CBC News, Toronto.
And that is our show for you tonight and for the week. Thank you so much for watching. Have a fun and safe Thanksgiving weekend. Maribel Tarouk has your next local newscast tomorrow at 6. Good night.